Hi friends and subscribers, this is Mahmoud Sheikh, and from past few videos I am working on developing an advanced filter kind of application from which you can filter the records based on various dates. Okay, so now in this video I will discuss about creating this form, this index form, and creating this add item form as well. Okay, so as you can see here there are various fields. Okay, so now for creating this kind of design, here I'm using Bootstrap framework. I'm using bootstrap.css file, and I'm also using jQuery and jQuery UI.js file because I'm using this date picker here. Okay, so that's why I'm using jQuery files. Yeah, so now for designing this kind of forms you need bootstrap css file. Okay, so I will put the link of bootstrap.css file from where you can easily download bootstrap css file, jQuery file, and jQuery UI file. Okay, so I will put the complete link in the description of this video from where you can easily get the code for all these files. Okay, so now first we will see how we can create this form. Okay, now let us come to our editor. Okay, now here as you can see here I have written an HTML file. Okay, document type HTML, and then inside the head I have used a title, and here I have linked my CSS file. This jQuery UI.css file is for date picker, and this bootstrap.css file is for designing our layout. Okay, and then this jQuery and bootstrap.js files, okay, which are required for our application. Okay, so now here, okay, let me just come down a bit. Okay, inside the script I have used a function, jQuery function, with the id selector as purchase date dot date picker. Okay, so this is calling the date dialog box. Okay, so here you can see when I click on add item, and when I click on this date, it will display this window from where I can select the date. Okay, so for displaying that option, displaying the dialog box, I have used this id of this date picker. Okay, so here as you can see here I have set the id as purchase date to this input type text. So with this I'm calling the date picker. Okay, so now let us first come here. Okay, and then once I close the head tag, okay, then inside the body tag I have designed a navigation. Okay, so a navigation bar. Okay, and then inside that I have set a title, which is the PHP advanced filter, which is the title of our application. Okay, and that I have made as a 10 column wide, and I have set another column for I have set another section of 2 columns. Okay, okay, and immediately once I design this name, I have set a container inside which I have set an h1 tag as advanced filter, which you can see here. Okay, see, this is the advanced filter. Okay, and after that I have set an add item link. See, this is my add item link. I have set a class as btn success. I can set another class as well for button, then color will get changed. Okay, and to this link I have set the name. I'm sending the request to add item.php. Okay, so this is my add item.php. So once you design this index.php file, then I need to go to my add item.php file. Okay, so inside this add item.php file I have designed my form. Okay, in add item.php file also I need to set the h1 tag and a button. Okay, here you can see that. Okay, a navigation menu, same whatever navigation you have designed are designed here. The same till here. Okay, the same code I have copied and I have just pasted out here. Okay, now okay, and then advanced filter h1 tag. Okay, and then immediately after that I have set a link as view details. Okay, if I want to change, I can change the color of this button as well. Okay, now next I have set a form, okay, for sending a request. Okay, so to this, inside this form have used attributes like action and method. Okay, action attributes says to which file you are going to send a request. Okay, I'm sending a post request to the same file add item.php. Okay, and the method is post. Okay, and inside that form I have a field set, and then I have created a row. Okay, here as you can see, this customer name label and this customer name text box are in one row. Okay, so this is the first row, and customer mobile is in another row, item purchased is also in another row. Like this, each and every fields label and field are in separate rows. Okay, so that's why I have created rows here. Okay, so first row is for customer name label and customer name text box. Okay, and I have used 6 columns. Okay, see, from here to here it's 6 columns. Okay, if I take 12 columns, okay, my bootstrap grid comes up with the 12 columns. If I use it as 12 columns, then it will take the entire space of the window. Okay, but I don't want this much size of text box, so I will just set it as to 6. Okay, and then form group class, I have enclosed all these label and text box inside the form group class, and then inside this there is a label and an input text box. Okay, and input text box is having a class of form control, and it is of the type text, and I have given it as a name as customer name. Okay, and this name should be equal to the field name whichever you have given in your table. Okay, so this is my table filter, and I have a database as advanced filter, and this is the customer name. Okay, so the his field name and the name which you have given to your text box should exactly same. Okay, now the next one is like the same thing I have done here for creating my customer mobile. Okay, this here just name is different. Okay, customer mobile, and it is also of the type text, and I have given it as a name as customer mobile, and the same name I have given inside my table. Okay, as you can see here, customer mobile. Okay, so now the next one is item purchased, is also of the type text, and then the next one is price paid, and then the last one is date. Okay, and this is also of type text. Here I have given it as a name as purchase date. Okay, and this purchase date is exactly same whatever value or field I have created in my table purchased date. Okay, now and id. Okay, so I have given it as an id as purchase date. Okay, and I have already told you this the same id I'm using here. Okay, as you can see here, purchased date. Okay, I'm using it in this add item.php. Okay, so here I don't want, actually I don't want this code here, so I'll just remove it. Okay, fresh. Okay, so now for calling this date picker, I have set an id as purchase date, and from this id selector I'm calling the date picker. Okay, so I hope till here everything is clear. Okay, and here I have set an message. Okay, whenever user tries to submit the form without entering any information in the form, then I'm redirecting the user to see this message. Okay, and this message says that you need to fill all the details. Okay, and now the next column is row. Okay, so for time being I have just commented out. Okay, now the last row is having the submit button. Okay, and it's of type input type submit, and it has a value of add item. Okay, and I have given it a name as add item form. Okay, so I have given it a name as add item form. So whenever I click on this button, okay, so whenever I click on this add item button, a post request will get sent to add item.php. As you can see here inside the form, I'm sending the request to the same file, which is add item.php, and I'm sending a post request. Okay, so whenever I click on this add item, a post request will get sent to this PHP code here. Okay, if is set $_post add item form. Okay, so this same name, whatever name I have given to my input type submit button, the same name I have to use inside my PHP code. Okay, add item form. If the post request is been made, then I will display this echo form submitted message. Okay, before that I have to use my config.db connection. Okay, so now let me just show you that. So now when I click on this add item, I will get a message as form submitted. Okay, so at the top you will get the message. Right now I can't see any message. Now when I click on this add item, you will see form submitted. Okay, so because I have submitted the form, that's why, and I have sent a post request to this add item.php file, that's why I'm getting this form submitted message. Okay, so I will just remove it. Now I will take the data from the user. Okay, so for taking the data, I have to write $_post customer name. Here also you need to mention the same name whatever you have given to your fields. Okay, this customer name, customer mobile, item purchase, price paid, all this should exactly same with the names you have given to these text boxes. Okay, customer name here same, and here as you can see here customer name. Okay, and then customer mobile, and here customer mobile, item purchased. Okay, yeah, item purchased. Okay, so all these names should match. Okay, so now let me just comment this thing. Okay, so now I will display you the data which I have entered. Okay, we type print. Okay, for that $data array customer name. Okay, just copy. Okay, customer mobile, item purchased, price paid, and then purchased date. Okay, so now I will display this data to the user. Okay, save it. Okay, now I'll just refresh. Add item, next customer mobile, item purchased, price paid. Okay, and last one is date. Okay, so now when I click on add item, you will see it has returned me the same data which I have entered in the text boxes. Okay, so that means I'm successfully accessing the data in my add item .php file that is here. Okay, so now the form gets submitted successfully and I'm accessing the data which user has entered. Okay, so this is how you can access the data. Okay, so now I will just comment this. Okay, So now the next one is I need to check a validation condition with which I should not allow the users to submit the form by leaving any of the text box empty. Okay, so I will just uncomment this. Okay, and comment these things. Okay, so now message. Okay, validation fast. Okay, so now if the user submit the form by filling all the details, then I will display the message as validation passed. If the user leave any of the text box value blank, then I will display him a message as please fill all the fields. Okay, now let's just refresh. Okay, here, okay, let me just first do that. Okay, okay, now let me just I will just leave all this text. Okay, let me just leave only one text box as blank keyboard. Okay, now let me just click on add item. Now you will see nothing has happened. Okay, I have submitted the form by leaving these two text boxes as blank, but I didn't get the message as please leave please fill all the details kind of message. Okay, which I have set out here. Okay, so for displaying this message I need to write this code. Okay, it says if a post request successfully gets made to add item.php file, and if the user has not filled any text box value, then the control will come to this place and it will display the message. As you can see here, message variable is here, so it will display the message which I have set it out here. Okay, so now let me just refresh again. Okay, now you can see it's displaying please fill all the details. Okay, or please fill all the fields. Okay, so now let me just fill the data as well. Okay, now I have left this first text box as blank, so now when I click on this it will display please fill all the details. Okay, so now I will fill all the details. Okay, see, okay, so now I have filled the data in each and every text box. Okay, so now when I click on this add item, you will see message a validation passed. Okay, so now our validation is working perfectly fine. Okay, so now I will remove this. Okay, so now here I have to set a time as well here. Okay, so here when I select any date, okay, just okay, so now this date is in the form of month, date and year. Okay, month, date and year, but phpMyAdmin accept the date in year, month and date. Okay, so now for that I need to make some adjustment. I need to turn the date into the format which can be accepted by the phpMyAdmin. Okay, so now that's what I have done it here. Okay, I have changed the date format to year, month and date. Okay, and here I have passed the date variable to this date function. Okay, so with this I have set the date format according to this phpMyAdmin. Okay, so now then I have written an SQL query which inserts the data into my SQL database. Okay, and then I have executed the query with my database connection object. Okay, so here you can see I have a connection object here, and I'm using that connection to store the data with the help of this query. Okay, so I have passed the fields Okay, so these fields contains the values, and I have passed these fields to this SQL query to send the data to my database. Okay, so now here I have checked a condition. If the data successfully gets saved inside the database, then I will display a message as item added successfully. Otherwise I will display a message as failed to add item. Okay, so now let me just do that. Click on add item and Mansi Gupta. Okay, and then mobile. Okay, any random mobile number. Okay, and then Lenovo laptop. Price 40,000, and then date is okay. Enter a date. Okay, now when I click on this add item, okay, duration pass message is displaying. Okay, I have not saved this file. Okay, so now I have saved this file. Okay, and I will just remove this as well. Okay, now I will fill the form once again. Okay, Mansi Gupta. Okay, mobile number, item purchased, price. Okay, and then date. When I click on this add item added successfully messages display. Okay, so now if we just go and look into my table. Okay, so you can see a record with the name as Mansi Gupta and other details have successfully saved in the table. Okay, so now this is how we can save the data inside the MySQL database using PHP, core PHP. Okay, so now but this is about saving the data, but our major concern with this tutorial is to achieve the filter application. Okay, advanced filter application. Okay, I will just copy this, copy, and I will advanced filter application. Okay, so this is our application. Okay, so this our major goal. Okay, so we need to design this application where I can filter the data. Okay, so we will do all these things of designing this filter kind of application in our next video. Okay, so now in this video what we have done is we have saved the data inside the database. Okay, now let me just show you the code once again. Okay, so this is what we had started. Okay, and I will just put the link of this all these files in the description of this video. Okay, and then a navigation menu with the title as PHP advanced filter. Okay, and then a container with the same title, and then a button which takes me to add item .php file. Okay, when I click on this add item, I will be redirected to this add item. Okay, here I have designed the same HTML in the body. Okay, and here then inside a navigation, this is till here also same. Okay, and then a container. Inside the container I have set advanced filter title, and then a link to take me back to the index page. Okay, and then a form with the action is add item.php and a post method. Okay, and then I have used various rows to hold my label and text boxes. Okay, yeah, so this is how I have done the task of inserting the data inside the database. Okay, and then I have a PHP file here. Okay, at the top I have included my db.php which contains the database connection. Okay, and then I'm checking if the post request is successfully made to this add item.php file. If it is made, then I'm taking the data from the user, and then I'm setting up a validation to see whether user trying to submit the form without entering any data inside the text boxes, and then I'm turning the date format to appropriate form, and then I'm using an SQL query to store the data. Okay, so this is everything about adding an item inside the database. Okay, so that's all for this video, guys. I hope you like this video. I hope you got some valuable information out of this video. If you like this video, click on like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching.